Where others saw lumber, we recognized a treasure. Where others saw the night, we chose the stars. Where others saw pieces, we unlocked the puzzle that could mean the end of paralysis and cancer. Since 1848, thinkers and achievers at Wisconsin have fearlessly sought ideas that transform the world. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.
Welcome back to the Madison Magazine Show. We talked about diversity in the first segment, and Madison is certainly home to all sorts of diverse people with all sorts of diverse opinions. In our regular segment, With All Due Respect, Greater Madison Chamber of Commerce President Zach Brandon and Alderperson Shiva Bidar face off on some of the city's most talked about topics.
Thanks, Dina. When you think about lively topics right now in our region, it was very hard not to miss the column in the October Madison Magazine that was written by Rebecca Ryan, where she called it Tier 2 trade-off. Essentially said we give up something to live here. And with all due respect to Rebecca Ryan, I think she misses the point that it's density that matters, not scale. And she was comparing us to other cities that have significant scale. And it's frustrating when you think about it, particularly because she's somebody who spends her time looking for what's next, looking for trends. And in this case, I think she missed what's right underneath her nose.
Well, you know, I always like a provocateur, and I think that that's what Rebecca was trying to do, is have a conversation happen, and she sure made it happen. I think what was really missing in the article is the fact that we're always comparing ourselves to others, Austin, Portland, San Francisco, and instead of that, we should really focus on what's going on here in Madison. How do we rank as Madison in the things that we do and we need to support to continue being a great city? And I really think one of the things that we continue talking about, but I don't think we've moved the needle that much, is the diversity of our city and how can we make sure that that's part of our city's success.
Well, one of the things she lamented was that we didn't have a WNBA team, but neither does San Francisco. So there you go.
There you go. Well, back to diversity, Noble Ray, Chief Noble Ray just retired. After 29 years of service at Madison Police Department, I think is going to be really missed. He really brought a lot of charisma, a good heart, and also really a way to look at law enforcement that's so Madison. What do you think about his legacy?
I mean, I think it's an amazing story when you think of a beat cop starting out in the South Side District, going all the way up into the chief. It's a great story for our region. It's a great story of ascension and personal success. I'm a little worried that, much like you said with diversity, is that with Chief Tubbs retiring at the Capitol, and now with Noble Ray's retirement, that we don't have a chief of police who's of color, and I think it sends the wrong message about who we are and who we aspire to be. But you know, the larger question for me too, though, is the legacy that he left. And I think that when you think about the legacy, in this case, I think I always say you should end on a make. In this case, I think he's ending on a miss. But some of the other things that he has a legacy for are cracking down on Mifflin, changing the Freak Fest or the Halloween Festival over. And so, you know, he's been noted for that. But now UW has been ranked #2 as a party school. And I think there's some hand-wringing that goes on in that. Personally, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think if you're a high-attaining university and you have a party culture, it's okay.
Well, you know, first of all, #2 in Playboy magazine, and I don't know that that's, you know, the source that you want to use to really know whether you're a party school or not. But regardless, I think that, you know, being a party school is okay if it wasn't that much focus on alcohol. And I think that the issue of alcohol continues to be an issue that we're struggling with, I think, at UW and just as a culture in Wisconsin. So it's great to be overachievers. I don't think that we should really rank #1 or #2 in binge drinking, which seems to be a trend here at UW. With that, back to you, Dina.
Thanks, Zach and Shiva. We'll be back with the coolest way to discover some of the city's most savory neighborhoods, one bite at a time. Stay with us.